Hello, incredible leaders and visionaries, and welcome back to our monthly deep dive into leadership and personal development. As we turn the calendar page into September, there's a unique energy in the air, a feeling of renewal, focus, strategic planning, and the launch of the final critical quarter of the year. This isn't just another month, it's your prime opportunity to drive impactful results and set the stage for an even more extraordinary year. So how do we lead with precision, power, and purpose as we head into the crucial period? Today we are going to explore our comprehensive September blueprint for elevated leadership. Each letter represents a vital principle to help you refine your strategy, strengthen your team, and finish the year not just strong, but truly legendary. First up, S stands for strategy. As the summer winds down, it's time to refine your Q4 game plan. Are your goals clear, your path defined, and your resources aligned to maximize impact? As Sun Tzu advised in The Art of War, strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. Tactics without strategy is a noise before defeat. On the power of foresight, that Heward-Mills states, planning is the secret of success. So let me give you some practical advice here. Schedule a focused 60-minute session this week to review your annual goals. Pinpoint the top 3 to 5 mission critical objectives for Q4. Ask, what must we achieve by December 31st to call this year a success? And what's the clearest path to get there? So a coaching tip here, when refining your strategy, ask yourself, is this plan simple enough to communicate in 60 seconds, yet robust enough to guide significant action? Simplicity often indicates true clarity. Next, E stands for empowerment. True leadership is not about doing everything yourself, but about unleashing the potential within your team. Empowering others is how you scale your impact and foster growth. As my mentor and coach John C. Maxwell rightly said, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Part of showing the way is empowering others to walk it themselves. As my pastor and mentor, Bishop Daddy Heward-Mills, has emphasized, a great leader produces many other leaders, and that is very true. So let me give you a practical advice here. Identify one key area where you can delegate authority, not just tasks, to a team member this month. Provide them with the necessary resources and trust. Then step back and let them own the outcome. Create a safe space for them to experiment and learn. You see, to truly empower, ask yourself, where am I holding on too tight? What's one area I can intentionally release control over, trusting my team's capability to deliver? So moving on, P stands for prioritization. In a world of constant demands, the ability to ruthlessly prioritize is a leader's superpower. It's about focusing on what truly matters and saying no to everything else. As Stephen Covey has famously taught, the main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. On the dangers of scattered effort, Bishop Dag Heward-Mills, in one of his books, warns, many leaders are busy but ineffective. So let me give you a practical advice here. At the start of each week, identify your top 3 mission critical tasks for yourself and for your team. Ensure at least one of these is tied directly to your Q4 strategic objectives. Shield time in your calendar to focus exclusively on these priorities. So I'll give you a coaching tip here. When faced with new requests, ask, does this align with my top 3 priorities? If not, what must I deprioritize or delegate to take this on? This forces intentional choice. Next, T stands for teamwork. As you drive towards year-end goals, the strength of your collective will be paramount. Foster unity, communication, and mutual support within your team. Henry Ford observed, coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Understanding this, Bishop Heward-Mills states, unity is strength. Where there's unity, there is success. So some practical advice here. Facilitate a short Q4 kickoff session with your team. Realign on shared goals, clarify roles, and address any potential bottlenecks. Encourage cross-functional collaboration and celebrate small team wins publicly to reinforce cohesion. Another coaching tip here, identify one potential point of friction or communication breakdown within your team. How can you proactively facilitate a conversation or implement a small process change this month to improve that dynamic? Our second E stands for execution. Execution. This is where plans turn into reality. All the strategy, empowerment, and teamwork culminate in disciplined, consistent execution. A brilliant strategy is meaningless without flawless implementation. As Larry Bossidy, co-author of Execution, the Discipline of Getting Things Done, succinctly puts it, the leader's most important job is to get results, and that requires execution. On the tangible results of true leadership, Bishop Heward-Mills in one of his books asserts, leadership is not just about talking, it's about doing, and I totally support that. So I'll give you a practical advice here. To supercharge Q4 execution, 1. Break down your strategic priorities into weekly actionable tasks with clear owners and deadlines. Secondly, you want to hold regular, brief, highly focused accountability check-ins with your team and yourself. Finally, identify and ruthlessly remove any roadblocks to progress immediately. One more coaching tip here. Focus on the last mile. Ask, what's one thing that typically derails our execution at the very end of the project? How can I proactively address that bottleneck this quarter to ensure we finish strong? Next up, M stands for momentum. Momentum as you push through September into Q4. Sustaining positive momentum is critical. It is the psychological and tangible force that keeps you and your team moving forward even when challenges arise. I love this quotation by Tony Robbins. Success leaves clues. Go back and look at your successes and you'll find there are certain patterns, certain things that you did to create that success. These patterns can build momentum. You see, to sustain any work, you must have an extraordinary drive. So to keep momentum alive, I want you to celebrate small wins, publicly acknowledge progress and milestones, even minor ones. Secondly, visible tracking. Use dashboards or visual aids to show progress against goals. Next, proactive problem solving. Address issues before they become major roadblocks that kill momentum. So one more coaching tip here. Think about a time your team lost momentum. What triggered it? What's one small momentum building ritual or communication you can implement this month to keep the energy high? Moving to B, boldness. As you approach year end, there might be tough decisions to make, strategic pivots to consider, or difficult conversations to initiate. Leaders demonstrate the courage to act decisively, innovate, and push beyond the status quo. As Mary Ann Radmacher famously said, courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is a quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow. Boldness encompasses both quiet conviction and decisive action. I love this quote by Bishop Heward-Mills. He says, a leader must have the courage to venture into the unknown. One more practical advice, identify one bold action you've been putting off, a challenging negotiation, a crucial strategic pivot, or a calculated risk. Prepare thoroughly, but don't overanalyze to the point of paralysis. You heard it before, paralysis of analysis. So you want to focus on the potential positive impact of taking that bold step. Seek counsel from trusted mentors to gain perspective and confidence. So ask yourself, what is the biggest fear holding me back from this bold action? And what is the worst realistic outcome? Conversely, what's the greatest positive impact if I move forward with courage? Often, the perceived fear is far greater than the actual risk. Our final E stands for empathy. As the pressure of Q4 builds, leading with understanding and compassion becomes even more vital. Connect with your team on a human level. Understand their perspectives and show genuine care for their well-being. I love Simon Sinek, and he emphasizes here, he says, leadership is not about being in charge. It is about taking care of those in your charge. This requires deep empathy. On the foundational role of connection, Bishop Heward-Mills states, love is the greatest leadership tool. Empathy is a core component of this love in leadership. So some practical advice here. Make it a point this month to have a genuine check-in conversation with each of your direct reports, asking beyond just work updates. Inquire about their well-being, their challenges, and how you can support them. Listen more than you speak. When you sense tension or disengagement, instead of jumping to conclusion, ask yourself, what might this person be experiencing that I'm not seeing? How can I create a safe space for them to share? Finally, R stands for resilience. As you drive hard through Q4, you will inevitably encounter unforeseen challenges, setbacks, and increased pressure. Resilience is your unwavering capacity to absorb that pressure, bounce back quickly from adversity, and maintain your peak performance and emotional equilibrium. Sheryl Sandberg wisely advises, if you're offered a seat on a rocket ship, don't ask what seat, just get on. This speaks of the resilient and adaptable mindset needed for bold opportunities and navigating the unknown. You see, the greatest blessing of God is for you to endure to the end. And I hope we'll endure to the end of 2025. So how can we go about that? Cultivate your resilience intentionally. Prioritize self-care, sleep, nutrition, exercise, prayer, or mindfulness. These are non-negotiable fuel, especially when you're very busy. Next, develop a strong support network of trusted mentors, peers, and friends to lean on during tough times. Practice positive self-talk and consciously reframe setbacks as invaluable learning opportunities. So a coaching tip here, when you feel overwhelmed, stop and ask, what's the one thing I can control this exact moment that will strengthen my ability to handle what's next? Focus on building those small moments of strength and recovery. There you have it, your powerful September blueprint for finishing the year strong by intentionally embracing strategy, empowerment, prioritization, teamwork, execution, momentum, boldness, empathy, and resilience. You are not just reaching to the ebb and flow of the final quarter. You are proactively shaping its outcome and powerfully elevating your leadership footprint. So here's your actionable challenge for this month. Pick just one letter from September that resonates most strongly with your current needs right now and commit to taking one concrete specific action related to it this very week. Let me know in the comments below which letter you chose and what action you're taking. Now, if you're seeking a truly immersive, high-impact experience to apply these principles and completely recharge your leadership, I have a timely invitation just for you. I'm absolutely thrilled to host our inaugural Peak Performance Reset Retreat, specifically designed for leading ladies, and yes, as a commitment to holistic well-being and support Your spouses are also warmly invited to join us for a truly comprehensive recharge. This is a unique one-day away experience happening in the month of October, and it is in a serene, inspiring mountainside resort. Imagine completely disconnecting from the daily grind to deeply reflect, strategically plan your next major move, and truly energize your mind and body also, and of course your spirit in this breathtaking natural environment. We'll be diving into advanced leadership principles, cutting-edge personal growth techniques, and tailored coaching sessions to help you amplify your impact and achieve unparalleled clarity for the final push of the year and beyond. Spaces are intentionally limited to ensure an intimate, highly personalized, and profoundly impactful experience for every attendee. Given the dates are just a few weeks away, I encourage you to act swiftly to learn more about the detailed curriculum, the stunning accommodation, and to secure your exclusive spot. Please visit www.gracekedusay.com or simply click the link directly in the description below. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, keep leading with purpose, keep growing with intention, and always remember, your personal and leadership growth is your single greatest asset. Until I see you next time, come along and grow with grace.